Hi everybody, welcome to episode number 46, I believe, of Driftless Knitting. My name is Jennifer, and you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Driftless Knitter, and you can find the podcast on Ravelry if you search for Driftless Knitting under the Groups tab. We do have a Ravelry group, and that's where I do show notes. I'll list all the projects that I'm working on and some of the designers I mention, things like that. So if you're curious about those or have questions, please go to the Ravelry group and ask them in the thread or just look up what projects I've been working on. So I'm coming to you today from Wisconsin as always, and it is very late right now. It is later than I've ever podcasted. It's about 10:15 at night. And we just had such a busy day. I had a full day of work today. We are very, very busy at Knit Circus, and then Seaver and I went out to dinner, just a really laid-back dinner at a local diner, which we both really love, and went to the bookstore and just had a really nice night. So thank you to everybody for the congratulations on my new job. It was so heartwarming to see all of those flooding in, and I just have to tell you, it's been so much fun so far. We are still in a bit of a transition mode. We are opening a new retail location. So Knit Circus is a producer of yarns. They dye their own lines of yarn, and they wholesale, but they also have a retail location. They used to have a very small one in the front of their dye studio, but recently, within the last few weeks, it is being moved to a separate location, so a full store location, and that is partially why I was brought on full-time. They needed someone to kind of fill in, run and manage the store, and then also I'm doing some like social media things and just helping out with a little bit of production. So I will be mostly doing retail and marketing and things like that. So yeah, so it's a little bit crazy over there, but it's super fun and I'm really enjoying it so far. So thank you again for all of those congratulations. And speaking of congratulations, a lot of you may have seen on my Instagram yesterday, but Seaver and I got engaged. So I thought I'd tell you that, and that might be why I'm smiling a bit bigger today than normally, but it happened yesterday, which was Thursday, October 26th, and we went for a quick hike to see the fall colors. They're almost over here in Wisconsin. We have a few trees that are still holding onto their leaves, but mostly the branches are starting to get pretty bare, so we wanted to take advantage of that. And little did I know, it was all planned out. Seaver had a photographer waiting around the bend at the end of the trail, and he got down on one knee and asked me to marry him, which was so exciting and took me off guard. And yeah, we're very happy and very excited. So thank you again to everyone who has sent their warm wishes via Instagram or Facebook or even Ravelry. I had the sweetest note from Sarah. Sarah, I forget your Ravelry name, but she sent me the sweetest note, and I just actually got it tonight before I podcasted and sent her a quick note back. But yeah, it was just wonderful. So thank you for that, and thank you to everyone else who has sent their well wishes. I'll give you a quick shot of the bling on my hand. I posted on not on Ravelry, on Instagram this morning that I'm still gonna try and get comfortable knitting with it because I don't usually wear jewelry. It's not too bad though. It's a very simple ring. To an extent, it doesn't have anything that sort of like sticks up, so it won't snag on any knitting or yarn. There is some sparkly things in there though, so that's exciting. But Yes, so I'm very happy and very excited, and yeah, so we wanted to spend the evening together, which is why this is coming out a little bit late, and I didn't even really do anything to prepare for this. I'm still wearing my big old shawl that I had on because it's very chilly outside now. It is officially fall. It's officially fall weather. Right now it's 38 degrees Fahrenheit. This morning when I left for work it was about 36, and I'd say it got to the mid-40s during the day, but that's decently chilly, so I wanted to have something big and comfy and warm on. And this is my Dockside shawl by Alicia Plummer. This is knit out of Angel's Kiss alpaca. I can't believe I remember that name. And this is I'm definitely not going to remember the name of the colorway, but it's like a teal. Again, apologies for the lighting. It's super late, and I'm back on my computer, though, which doesn't have the best camera. My phone camera is better, but this is so much easier to set up. I don't have to do any sort of balancing act with my phone, so I just figured I'd do the webcam tonight. But yeah, it's like a dark teal color. I forget the official name of the color, but this is a worsted weight yarn. It is like the warmest shawl I own, and it's so squishy and delicious. I want to wear this a lot this year. Last year, I think I finished it this past spring, so I really didn't get a chance to wear it too much. I had started it like last October or November, and then had to put it down for Christmas presents, and then didn't pick it up till the springtime, and then I didn't have a whole lot of time to wear it after that. So hopefully this winter, I'm really hoping, crossing my fingers, that we get snow, because I want to be outside a lot in the snow. I want it to be cold. I know I'm crazy, but that's just the way I am. So I'm really hoping to get a lot of use out of this, and I'm starting already. So this is just really comfy knit to wear. So let's jump right into knitting content. I'm going to try and keep this one a little bit short because it is so late, and Seaver's actually right around the corner watching an episode of Breaking Bad, so I don't want to be too loud or take too long. Excuse me, and I still have a little bit of a cough, so I don't really want to exert my voice too much either. So my first work in progress is a sock. And again, these will look slightly familiar. I started the first sock last week. These are the Wonderland socks. Excuse me, Wonderland socks by Tabby. I forget her last name, but she is one of the sisters from the Hey Sister podcast. I will put her information down at the bottom. But these are just a toe-up, kind of has a slip stitch pattern on there to give it that motif, which everyone I show these to, they're like, oh my gosh, those are so beautiful. It's like the simplest design ever. Yeah, but it makes it look, that is just gorgeous. So the back is just a plain stockinette, obviously, for the foot, and I'm knitting these on a magic loop on my Addy 40-inch needles in a size US 1. That's my standard for socks. I don't really deviate from that because I like the fabric that a US 1 gives me. I also don't really ever want to use anything besides my Addy sock rockets. These are my favorite needles ever. I do have a pair of Knitter's Pride carbons in a US 1 that I use once in a while, but if I have these available, I'm casting them on my sock rockets. It's just, there's no question. So this sock is being knit out of Brew City yarns. I almost forgot the name of that. In their Burning Leaves colorway. And I am calling these my bonfire socks because I just think that's very appropriate. These are the second pair of like autumn fall themed socks that I'm knitting. My first pair were the Fall on the Farm socks that I finished a couple weeks ago, and I really wanted to have these done by the end of the week. I don't think I will. I was going to enter them into Tiffany of the Woolen Homestead is hosting a My Favorite Colors October kind of fall themed knit along, so you can knit anything that says fall to you or is in a autumn colorway, or even if it's just going to be used during fall, like a hat or something. She's like letting, you know, pretty much anything in if you can explain why it feels like fall to you. So I was going to enter these in as well. I entered a couple other things too, but I just don't think I'm going to have them done. The good news is, though, is that this is sock number 2, and this is sock number 1, which is finished. So that means I have a hop. And for those of you who have watched my podcast before, you know that probably a month or so ago, I kind of coined the term hop instead of a hoe. I do not believe that a one sock out of a pair is a half-finished object. This is a full object right here. It's just half of a pair. Hence the term hop. So, come on guys, we gotta make this catch on. Let's, yep, hashtag hop. So yes, this is the first in my pair, and again, this is Brew City Yarns in the Burning Leaves colorway. Again, apologies for the lighting. I wish I had more like direct light coming in on me. I feel like that would make the colors show much, much better. But these have, maybe if I hide my face too, just slump down. These have reds and oranges, browns, even like kind of a bluey, oh, I don't know if it's the same on that side. See that, like, it's like a bluey purple. Oh, they're just gorgeous. And the base is an 80-20 blend of merino and nylon with a really kind of bouncy twist to it. And I honestly think that is my favorite base. It's soft, but you can feel it's pretty durable. And the twist is just amazing. I love it. So yes, we'll see how much I get done with this. Seaver and I are planning on going to the farm tomorrow, so I do get a bit of knitting done there. I don't think I'm going to be like tagging along with chores this week, just because there isn't as much tractor work, I don't think, to do right now, and I honestly don't know what the plan is. I just kind of go along and do whatever. So, but there will be times probably where I'll be hanging out with his mom or something, and we'll be knitting, or, yeah, I mean, whoa, sorry. There's always an opportunity to knit, so we'll see how much I get done. So that is work in progress number 1. I do have another work in progress that I just started this past week, and that is right here. So, oh my gosh, you can't even tell what color this is. That is ridiculous. So bad. So this is my second work in progress, and again, you can't really see what color that is. I apologize so much, but this is kind of a purpley blue and pink, yeah, not really variegated. It's like almost a tonal. They kind of all mix in together. It reminds me of like a watercolor painting. This is, geez, someone is partying outside. This is a skein of Madeline Tosh, Tosh Merino Light, and I got this, oh my gosh, I got this like 4 years ago. It's been in my stash for a really long time. I was going to knit my cousin's little girl a sweater out of this when she was born, and she's, yeah, like 4. That never came to pass, but I, still really liked the yarn. It's kind of it is more of a girly color than I usually wear. I don't wear much pink, purpley colors, even though I'm wearing a purple sweater tonight, but whatever. But I don't think I'd ever knit this into like a shawl or anything for myself, so it was just kind of sitting there waiting for the right project. And then I found out that my cousin, he's kind of like he's not my real cousin, but our moms are best friends, and I grew up with him like a cousin. His wife is expecting their first baby. So I really wanted to make them something. And they live in Arizona, so I didn't want to make anything too chunky or warm. I wanted, you know, even though, you know, they'll be able to put her in this sweater in the wintertime, it'll be big enough for next winter. I still, you know, winter down there can still be 70s, you know, in the sunshine, maybe even in the 80s. So I wanted it to be usable for them. And so I decided on the Maile sweater. I believe that's how it's pronounced. And that is by, let me look at my notes here. That is by Nikki Vandekar. And it came up on Ravelry as a free pattern. And I'm slightly confused about that because it also says that it's in What to Knit When You're Expecting, which is a really great book full of baby patterns. We used to sell it at Yarnology when I worked there. I'm pretty sure they still do. I remember liking almost every pattern in that book. And when this came up as a free pattern, I'm like, I recognize that sweater. And it's listed under her blog. Like, she has a blog post about this sweater, and she puts the pattern in there. And it's on Ravelry as a free pattern. So I don't know if she got the rights back to it and decided to publish it as a free pattern. I don't know, but I copied it, and here we go. So it's got this kind of cute lace pattern at the bottom. Can you see that at all? Maybe. So this is the hem, the bottom of the sweater, and then so it's knit bottom up, obviously. And then the kind of the yoke, or not even the yoke, but like the decreases for the raglan like sleeve. I don't know if it's technically a raglan, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So like this part where it kind of comes together, the sleeve and the collar, this part has lace on it too. So I thought that was really cute. And you know, kind of delicate and feminine, but not too like over the top. So because the color is also kind of girly, so didn't want it to be too floofy or anything. Yeah, so I didn't get too far, but this has been really fun to work with. I am enjoying the singles. Again, I haven't knit with a singles yarn in a really, really long time, and I really forgot how much I loved Tosh Merino Light. It's so buttery soft, and I don't know, there's just something about it. I haven't knit with many other fingering weight singles besides TML, but if they're anything like this, I really enjoy it. So that's been fun. I don't have to have this done until the beginning of December. So I have a little bit of time, which is why I didn't really have to crank too much of it out. Plus, I haven't had much knitting time this week. It's been kind of weird. Well, last night we were super busy because after the proposal and everything, we were calling people, and I'm not going to be like, okay, well, that's done. I'm going to just sit here and knit. I couldn't concentrate on anything. So, yeah, so that was really, really just fun and, I don't know, fun night. And then, I don't know, I just feel like even when I have had the chance to knit, I haven't taken advantage of it as much as I probably should. I finished, that's another finished object that I can't really show you. I finished the shawl that I was designing. Remember last time I podcasted, I showed you like a sneak peek. I kind of folded it up and just showed you what the yarn looked like, and I kind of gave a sneak peek of one of the stitch motifs on my Instagram about a week ago maybe, and I actually wore the shawl like I wanted to. I had it blocked and ready, and I wore it to Harry Potter Fest last weekend, and it was perfect, and it was chilly enough that day that I could wear it. And then I promptly left it at my sister's house. So even if it wasn't a secret, even if I wasn't waiting to show you until I published the pattern, I wouldn't be able to because it's down in southern Wisconsin. So, oh well. But yes, I did finish that. So technically that should come next in the podcast as a finished object, but it's going to have to wait. I'm also really hoping, I need to take photographs of it and get those on the pattern, but otherwise it should be pretty much ready to go. I have the pattern all written out. I even got one of my friends. She's going to knit it, not really as a test knitter, but almost like a sample knitter, just to, have another version of it out there. And of course, if she comes across any problems while she's knitting it, she will let me know. I will fix those problems, and then, so it helps to have another pair of eyes on that pattern so I can just make sure everything is right with it. So I'm hoping maybe in the next couple weeks to have that out. Depends on when I see my sister to get my shawl back so I can take pictures of it. But yeah, then it will be out for your knitting pleasure, and I hope you all enjoy that. I'm really excited about it, so it'll be fun. Those are my only knitting works in progress. I have some things I should be working on. I have a couple languishing whips and some presents that I need to finish for Christmas, which seems like such a long way away, but it really is not. It's almost the end of October already, which means that I only really have 2 months to go. That seems crazy. Now that I'm saying that out loud, I gotta get going, don't I? Oh, okay, maybe this next week I'll be able to crank out a little bit more than I did before. So the last thing on my list to talk about tonight is the giveaway that I was hosting. And this is a very exciting giveaway. I'm so excited about it. Let me show you what was being, I almost said raffled off, but what is being given away. This is a beautiful skein of, oh boy, that lighting. Beautiful skein of yarn by the Moon and Sixpence, and she is out of Cork, Ireland. And she sent me this skein as a giveaway, and I decided to use it as my 1-year Podiversary celebration giveaway. My podcast anniversary was back in September, and I wasn't really able to do anything then, but then this gorgeous skein of yarn came into my life, and I decided to give it away to you lovely people. Well, she actually sent me 2, so, it was pretty obvious what I was to do with one of them. I wasn't going to be greedy and keep them both. Along with that is this little set of stitch markers. There's some cute little a dolphin in there and a heart, and then that beautiful kind of ruby colored bead. And so this is a set, and then I might throw a couple little goodies in there or a couple minis from my own stash. And yeah, this is just going to be a fun little prize. Whoops, that was backwards. A fun prize. So we had 23 entries, or I guess 23 posts. Mine was the first one. So I chose 2 through, oh, I didn't even put which number it was. Anyway, I have her name written down. I chose 2 through 23, so that it excluded my first post. And the winner of the giveaway is, I feel like I should have like a drum roll, Steffi Lou. And Steffi Lou is Stephanie from Wisconsin. I don't know where in Wisconsin, but she's a fellow Wisconsinite, as I am now. And yeah, I will be sending this out to you, so congratulations. And I will be probably getting in touch with you maybe a couple days after this I publish this podcast episode so that maybe you can see it. And if you see this before I message you, then please message me with your name and your address, your full name, please, and your address so I can send this prize to you. Thank you so much to everyone who entered. I was just so floored by, being sent this gift, and I'm so excited that I get to share it with one of you. Okay, everybody, that was super, super short. My time says, 26 minutes? It might be even a little less than that after I do a couple little pieces of editing. So sorry for the short length, but that's just what you get this week. There isn't really too much to talk about. I hope you all are having a fantastic week and weekend, depending on when you are watching this. And thank you so much for coming and joining me for a little bit. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you are a returning viewer, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And if you're a first-time viewer, I really hope you enjoyed the podcast. Please like and subscribe. That just helps me get my name and my podcast out there for other people to see. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, that would be fantastic. All right, I will talk to you all very, very soon. Have a great rest of your week, and go and do things that make your heart happy, and I will do the same. Talk to you later. Bye.